What's going on, guys? It's Couch Cobra, and today I wanted to talk about the new footage that we have received of the new open world Sonic game that's coming out, Sonic Frontiers. And I'm just going to play this footage in the background so you can get a good glimpse of what the gameplay looks like. But from what I've seen, unfortunately, it does not look very sound, to say the least. Uh, I have many gripes that the game is showing in its current state. And I personally think that the game should be delayed without a doubt. In its current state, this game cannot release in 4 months, and here's why. So first of all, the control does not look very sound. It looks like Sonic has a walking control that is then transitioned into a running style, which you press using a button, kind of like the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed. So he always walks, even if you tilt the analog stick all the way, but once you press a boost button, he will start boosting forward. Now, the problem with this is that it doesn't feel very satisfying to just control Sonic with his general movement. This seems like a crutch that was used just in order to make his control not as bad as Sonic Forces, because in Sonic Forces, he was very stiff, inconsistent, and his control, what would happen is you would move the analog stick forward for a second and then he would blast off after like 2 seconds of holding the stick forward. This caused a lot of disorientation, and Forces had very linear level design, and that was because they wanted to compensate for the bad control. But in this game, it looks like Sonic has like the same control, except he can't accelerate, like he can't get to his top speed in 1 second anymore, so they just gave you a button to do it, which it seems like they're just kind of trying to like bandage Force's bad control, which there are many games where the control is so. I mean, this goes for any game, but the control is so important. Uh, Control allows you to just have fun with just moving the character in and of itself, and it just adds way more playtime and fun to the game. But as you can see on the bridge here, he's just so slow, but when you press the button it works. But he looks so stiff. There's no freedom. There's no free-flowing movement like in the adventure games. And the footage is that's the first gripe. And the second gripe is the level design itself. It looks very bland. There's not many hills, not many slopes, not many loops. Uh, it's mostly just automated segments where you're rail grinding and hitting rings. And look at this part, especially the trick system. He's like spazzing positions, whereas in the game like Generations, it was like smooth moves. But in this game, it's just very blocky, robotic movements. And again, the control is just not there like in the adventure games. Another thing that is really disappointing is it just doesn't look very artistically sound. The art style is way too realistic. It looks like a fan game, like as if he was put in just some other game, like this is a mod or something. Uh, it's very unintriguing to say the least. So, and the other thing is that the animations are very copy and paste from Forces, which is one of the least animated Sonic games to date. Uh, the animations are just incredibly stiff. Like, for example, when he's walking or doing any moves or running in general, he looks very stiff. And again, the jumping is the exact same from Forces. It's the exact same jump. So this leads to me this leads me to believe that they just took Force's gameplay engine and just plopped it in a flat field with some hills every now and then and a crap ton of automated rail segments, which is not the way to go in my opinion. And then finally, the biggest, or one of the biggest issues is the pop-in. There is a crap ton of pop-in. And I don't know if this is the Switch version. I mean, it looks like it's running smooth, but if this isn't the Switch version and there's this much pop-in, like, I can't imagine the Switch running this game. Like, if the Switch is, it's a weaker console compared to obviously like the PS5 or Xbox One or the Xbox Series X and PS4 and 5, whatever. So if they want to run this on a Switch and it's popping in on those consoles, like I don't know what this was recorded on, but I don't think it was the Switch. It might have been. I hope it is, but I don't think it is. Like the because it's there's so much assets that need to be loaded here. Like the game is clearly like struggling not popping in everything. It's ridiculous. So going towards the title of this video, I think this game should be delayed 100%. The game is currently getting a lot of dislikes. A lot of people are very mixed on it and criticizing it, which is like a bit different from like how Sonic Forces turned out. Because for Forces there are a lot more hopeful people, even though there was like a lot of issues with the trailers and stuff. So it's in a way it's like better that people are being like less trustworthy because hopefully Sega will listen and delay the game or anything else. We are gonna see more footage of the game later on, but I really hope that the game gets delayed. The reason I think this is because again, like for all the reasons I listed, it just doesn't look sound. There's so many issues with it, and I just think it needs to be delayed 100%. Please, Sonic Team, Sega, like you really need to delay this game. In its current state, it's just not what it needs to be.